B-Team, we're back. And episode 55.
You're saying 55?
Yeah.
Do you know if it's 55?
No.
I'm going to say 53.
57.
57? 58 was my next guess.
One of the weeks we will get this right.
I know. Dude, listen, we're banging out episodes.
We are.
This is good.
We are. And you know what you need when you're banging out episodes and you're tired? C4, baby. Hey, C4, sponsor us. We're going to take a shot of this because we've been wanting to try it for about 3 weeks now. Yeah, get the shots ready. Let's pour them up. Right? Mike was a bartender once. I didn't fill him up nearly as high. We got to keep going.
I could have brought some Everclear for us to really get it going.
I think we have some upstairs, to be honest.
Hey, hold on.
Do you want more?
Let me pour you a real shot here.
Yeah, get it all the way up there, Mike. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The soothing sounds of...
Okay, so, by the way, this drink, so it's C4 Pink Strawberry Starburst.
Yep.
Has zeros all across the board, besides vitamin B12 and then niacin. Is that what it is? Your daily value for vitamin B12 is around 190% on this.
By the way, no free ads.
Yeah, and then 140%.
This is a shout out.
This is a shout out, not an
ad.
But I'm not going to lie. I take C4 when I work out, and I'm gooped up on it. This looks kind of good, and it
might be.
It smells delicious. It smells exactly like a pink Starburst would.
Let's do this. Well, I'm going to finish it.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
C4.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, guys.
To episode 57.
Wait, Well, there we go.
I'll go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, I was right. That's good, right?
That's tasty.
Very good.
I didn't think we'd start off the show like this, but that's delicious.
We're here. Yeah, that's really good. Maybe we should just start the show by doing a taste test of a new drink every week. Just a shot of a different drink.
I like that. But each of us has to be blindfolded at least once every episode. We'll alternate.
Yes.
We'll go around the horn, and then you're just going to have to try and guess the drink that we're giving you.
And we'll pour some liquor in it next time.
And it can be booze. It could be anything.
Yep.
But, by the way, okay, so this is a good drink, I will say.
Yep.
But it interests me that you're drinking this after you worked out. Why is that?
Because we were doing the podcast after.
So you wanted to do it solely for the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this setup a lot. I know I'm all over the place.
It's really good.
But this is like perfect right now.
Yeah.
Because we were in the dumps in my crib and we had to like lean over. Like it just was, it sucked. Yeah. But now we're right here. I feel like we're on a poker table, but not a poker table. Shout out to the poker table back there.
No more yellow walls making us look yellow.
This is beautiful.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the yellow kind of threw us off. But hey, that's where we start. Now we just keep moving our way up. We ain't done, boys. But yeah, so I wanna start here. I had a great weekend. Muller was actually present. Gas, did you end up going to that festival?
I did, yeah.
You did?
Yeah. There was no shot. Mike looked at me after we golfed. We played 27 holes, and he goes, "Oh, guys, wants us to go to that festival." This is after we were drinking since 7 o'clock in the morning. It's around like 5. It was almost 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it was
6
late.
o'clock. And he's like, "Let's go to the festival." My body was shutting down on me. I couldn't go any longer.
So I'll go into my weekend. I want to hear about this festival because I'm sad I couldn't make it, but I just physically could not make it. So this weekend was a busy weekend. Usually what I do, I study, and then, I don't know, I just do whatever. However, Saturday is my first time golfing in years, as you guys saw on the little footage, little snippet there of how I did. Wasn't too good. But we golfed. It was me, Mr. Curdy, my dad, and Mr. Del Corso. Shout out to those guys. They were funny as hell. We hit 18 at Ilks Mill. We started at hole 12. We were drinking. I probably had a bunch of Yingling pounders, and I was crushing the ball. Driving was not an issue. I was shanking it a couple times, but that was not an issue. Hitting an iron was that I need work on that. Putting is great. It's just the iron and the wedging. But I had a blast.
Oh, yeah. No, we had lots of fun. And I do want to make a correction. Mike has to work on everything.
Yes, everything, pretty much. I will say, shout out to Tom Curdy and Michael Curdy for the clubs. The driver, I need to get a new driver because I use Tom Curdy's driver, and
Yep.
It was just wider and just lighter. The one I have is old and it's rusty. But you know what? It's okay. Beggars can't be choosers. But it was so much fun. And then Muller, we got some food. We went to hit the 9. And we're pretty boozed up at this point. I'm boozed up.
This was a terrible decision, to be fair.
It was not.
It was fun.
It was fun.
No, but the hill was...
Oh, yeah.
Hill.
You had to get the legs warmed up, though.
Yeah.
You were probably hurting, though, for sure. But it was probably the quickest 9 I've ever hit, even though I've only hit it a couple times.
The fact that it downpoured right when we got there had nothing to do with the fact that the course was empty.
And once we got on the 9, it was excruciatingly hot. It was hot.
It was terrible.
Yeah, so I got some footage of Muller. I put it on my story, and then we went from there. But we did bounce some ideas off each other. He mostly came up with the ideas. The goal right now, once we golf again, Mike has to break 100. Mm-hmm. Mike has to break 100. Are we going to start that on the 9, though?
No.
Or are we going to adjust?
No. I mean, if we're starting on the 9, we got a long ways to go. Because if you can't break 100 on 9 holes, you know what I mean?
I mean, dude,
I say we go right to the 18 and do a test run. And we're not just going to go and
play.
We're playing ball in hole. You have to make the putts.
Like, even the putts,
PGA
if I
Tour.
go back and forth.
Yeah,
like,
and we're keeping, like, if he gets a 10, we're writing 2 numbers in that box. We're not putting a 9. No, he's taking a 10. Because we're on a mission here to break 100. I think he can do it.
You think it's actually doable?
Yes, because I think you're athletic enough. The only thing that we have to fix is that your bag currently is a driver, a 3-wood, 5-wood,
a 5-wood, a 4-iron,
a 4-iron, 3-iron.
There's no 6. There's no 7.
There's nothing in between that, and then he has a 9-iron pitch wedge putter. Like the dude, at one point
we skipped like 4 numbers, and then we just threw a 9-iron in there, and we called it a day.
I'm trying to teach him how to play, and he hits his 3-iron. All right, dribbles it up the fairway, and I'm like, well, if he hits that again, he's in the trees, way behind the green. But if he hits a 9, we aren't getting there. But it's like taking the worst of the 2 evils, and you're just like, all right, I guess we're laying up from the middle of the fairway here.
And the thing is, too, when I was golfing with my pops and the other guys, I'm like, where are the other irons? Or my dad, you know him. He's like, oh, just grab an iron and just hit it. Like, he doesn't care. Yeah. My dad putts from the fairway.
Yes. Well, he
putts from the rough,
shot.
and he also tees up his second shot. He's just there to just have a good time. He's an outlier when it comes to actual golfing. Yeah. This man he brought his hockey style to the golf course, and he literally is putting, but sometimes it actually worked for us, which is so funny.
Yeah.
But
regardless, so back to the series that we're going to do. Mike's going to try and break 100, and I think we might include, we're going to see how the first episode goes, but we might include a breaking 80 from me. We'll see how it goes, but the breaking 100 might just have to be it because this is going to be comedy. Like,
there's multiple ways we can do it now. So I came up with one idea. You know how you play that game where you spin around the bat and then you have to try to hit it?
Oh, well, no.
That will go 150.
No, we're not doing that. No, the Breaking 100 series would be straight up golf. But then we're also going to mix in, we got 2-man scrambles, best ball. There was other one. The nip challenge where we just slug down a fireball or something on every hole. The shotgun challenge.
I will say I do want to actually attempt at least one round completely sober.
That's going to be the Breaking 100.
Okay. I mean, I could do that while drinking. If I could break.
Mike,
no, stop.
No. I watched you play. There's no shot.
Dude, do you know how fucking hammered we were? At least me.
Mike, the one hole. So I made a bogey. I made a 5, and I was actually trying to play. This man, I'm walking him up the fairway to the green on the one hole. No offense, but you played well other holes. But this one, he finishes and he goes, I think I got a 6. I kid you not. I think halfway up the fairway we had taken 6 strokes. This dude's telling me at the green that he gets a 6, 1 shot more than me. I was like, no.
Which hole was that? Was that the corner hole?
That was
Okay. Yeah.
You put 4 balls into the woods on that hole.
But a mulligan doesn't count. You can take it back and you can eliminate the stroke.
But that's another challenge we're gonna do, the mulligan challenge. But,
where I get a set.
But for the breaking 100, we have to play it like it's the PGA Tour.
I like that. No, because I actually
that's the only
want
way we'll
to
get
do
better.
That. And I'll tell you what though, that course low-key is kind of challenging.
It is.
It's not an it's an intermediate to easy course, but there are some holes that are quite challenging. But it's literally just straight ahead. But they just add bunkers, and it's just a longer distance away. Yeah.
If we can get you clubs, I think we're good to break 100.
Listen,
we need to get you a set.
if I can find other clubs that are cheap, but that have 6, 7, 8 irons in it.
No, you need to just get a set and just go for it. Because this whole going from a 9-iron to a 3-iron ain't gonna work.
I know that. I know. And you know what? I got the bug, dude. Like when I was golfing out there, I did not want to stop. I was energetic. I was ready to go. And I had a blast. And I want to do this challenge. I'm determined that I'm gonna break 100.
Yeah. And last thing,
Determined.
because I want to, if there's anyone listening that wants input on this, right now the 3 courses I have it down to, it's gonna be Bethlehem and Allentown is the top 2, just because those ones are the most similar.
Saucon Valley.
Dude, we're not getting Saucon Valley. Like,
No
come
way.
on.
I ain't that.
Come
I
on.
get no shot. No shot.
Well,
And
you
then-
can pull some strings.
Uni could pull some strings for us.
If we can get on to Saucon Valley to do this, by all means, we're going to Saucon Valley.
I've golfed there once and it was
But-
fantastic course.
Yeah, so if we go there, that's definitely a break 100. At these courses, though, these are where we might, mess around and do some stuff like the T-flip challenge. But it's gonna be comedy. Mike's a very funny golfer. I'm not gonna lie.
It
Like,
was fun.
We all saw in the story when I was filming him. He turns around, and goes, "Haven't played in years," and watch me hit this 9-iron to the green. And he was not trying to put that in the weeds,
It maybe went 10 yards.
but he hit it 5 yards into the weeds.
It was bad.
It was incredible.
But listen, I need work for sure. But for a man who has not golfed in years and maybe I hit the driving range on that Tuesday.
Yeah.
I hit around 50 balls. I think I actually did okay. In best ball, they used my ball more than 3 times.
Yeah,
It's a starting point, Muller, but a lot of work needs to be done.
we'll get there.
So that was our Saturday. It was fun. Now I want to get into Sunday here, and I'm not gonna talk shit. I'm not gonna call anybody out on this.
We had a long weekend.
It was a really long
The
weekend.
fact, usually when we talk about what happened to us over the weekend, it's like a 3-minute part of the show. How long are we in right now, guys?
At least 12 minutes.
13 minutes.
There
We're
you go.
30. Yeah, this was a weekend. We had ourselves a weekend. I could feel every hair on my body right now.
The spidey senses are tingling. The spidey senses are tingling. I want a little bit more actually.
Go ahead,
This is like booze, dude.
dude. Here, wait. Give the people what they want. Give them a little.
Let's go half
give them
shot
some
because
ASMR right here. Right?
let's go half shot here.
Everyone be quiet real quick. Oh, you hear that? Oh yeah. Yeah. All right.
That's some
There you go.
liquid nose candy right there.
I'm not gonna go to bed tonight.
No.
I'm not gonna go to bed tonight.
This is awesome.
I might have to pour.
Yeah.
one
Go
in.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get the juice.
We're
Here.
getting the juices.
A little gin and juice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh yeah.
That's how it's done. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's good.
That is dangerous.
That's really good.
That is dangerous.
There we go. Finish it off.
Muller, that's got you amped. I'm amped.
Let's go. C4, sponsor us. Not an ad. It's a shout out.
Not an ad, it's a shout out. So, Sunday, yesterday,
Yes.
I woke up. Oh, by the way, one more thing about Saturday. I went to bed by like 4:30 and I slept the whole night.
Yeah.
I think I woke up a little bit and then went right back to bed. It's a great night of sleep. Sunday, me, AP, Andy Cax, David Simmons, Allie, we all go to the Phillies game. And as you guys know, I'm a Mets fan. And Philly fans can be rough. They can be harsh. But you know what? You have to go in expecting that. Muller, when you go to a Philly, have you ever been in the link? Yes, you have. With a Cowboys jersey on, you and your dad, even when they weren't playing.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get shit.
No,
You're
dude.
gonna get shit.
I went to a Villanova game when the Eagles were playing the playoffs against the Niners, and we were wearing Villanova blue, and we still got shit. We didn't have our Cowboy stuff on.
Just the blue.
They just it was a sixth sense. They're like, I can sense that they are that other team. And they're
Like, you
giving
just
shit on the
don't
wall.
do that on purpose unless like you're wearing like a navy blue sweater that has a huge V right on front of
Not
it.
to mention, we're cheering for their team in that night.
Exactly.
We're cheering for Villanova.
So, yeah, I mean, they just know. Once they get the booze in them, they just know. They see the colors and they immediately assume that you're a Cowboys fan. So I went to this game and I was having a great time. We were drinking. They have these. It's not the Arnold Palmer spiked like iced tea drinks. They have the Amber Alert, boys. National Weather Service, a flash flood warning is in effect for this area around 11 p.m. This is a dangerous and life-threatening situation. Do not attempt to travel unless you are fleeing an area subject to flooding or under an evacuation order.
Bro, this is our flu game.
What is going on?
Like, we're out here podcasting and there's we're getting weather alerts. We could die. We're underground at the moment. Like, if it's that bad and these open up, we're done.
Listen, if I'm gonna die recording our B Team podcast, so be it.
Yeah,
I must go down with the ship.
absolutely.
But yes, so I go to the game and we're drinking. And they have, again, Arizona. You know the Arizona iced tea cans? It used to be like $1.
Yeah.
They got alcoholic versions now.
Yeah.
And we did a variety pack. Delicious. Highly recommend. Very good.
Oh yeah, I've been drinking them for weeks.
They are
The
fucking,
peach one,
The peach
Best
one.
one. Green
The
tea.
green tea.
Green tea is very good. Those are the best
green
two.
tea is immaculate.
Yeah.
But
The lemon one,
the lemon one's good.
it's
I
good,
like all
but
of them.
it's not as good as the
What
other
was the
two,
fourth flavor?
significantly. There isn't.
There was only 3?
Yeah.
Okay. All really good, but I would say it's probably green tea, peach, and then lemon for me. But I'm happy with them. So I'm there, and you disagree?
Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree? Gotcha. I'm there. We're all drinking. We're all having a great time. So we bought these tickets maybe about like a month ago, and we got third base line. We got the first section, and we're maybe 15 rows back. 6 seats. They were awesome. I got a picture of them I could show you guys. So it was awesome. I mean, the only thing was it was so hot. And you know when you're drinking and you're not prepared to tailgate, you ain't got water on you. You got nothing. You're just hammering booze. And when you're sitting out in the heat, dude, you're struggling. And by the 5th inning, I was already pretty hammered, and we're all sweating. Like, it's hot. So I'm walking up to get some shade, me and Andy Casala, and we're like, oh my God. Like, at least me, I was like, dude, like, let me just get a little shake up. You know, there was a nice little breeze. We were hungry. Maybe wanted to get a little bit more drunk. I actually got a water. That's how freaked up I was. So I'm at that point now where Gassy and you both know this. My head's down, and I'm walking like this. Like, you guys know that I was at that stage because there was a little Wabberoo that someone had, and I was like, all right, let me get one. I said, and I hit it, and I went like this. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. So after that, I'm walking with Andy, and my eyes are closed, and I'm just walking. And all I just feel, boom! Someone just puts his shoulder right here in me. I'm like, yo! Some dude with a freaking tank top was just walking like this. And I said some words I'm not going to say on the podcast, and I waited. And, dude, I was vulnerable, bro. Like, anything could have happened to me. I was in, dude, Mets bucket hat, Mets jersey, and I said some words, and he just kept walking, and I was so vulnerable. Like, I could have gotten stuff left, right, on top, beneath, anywhere.
This guy won it.
Nothing happened. But this dude just had the audacity to just walk his douche self over and just passing me by, boom, hits me. And you got to remember, I have a bottle of water in my hand. I'm walking like this because I'm completely vulnerable. I'm hammered. And I'm sipping and I'm walking and I just feel, boom, whoa. I'm like, you, blah, 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 blah. He didn't turn around. I waited and he just never turned around. Some guy behind me and Andy are walking. He goes, yeah, that'll happen sometimes. You kind of have to expect it. And I'm like, I'm like, yeah, for sure. But like, do you see the shape I'm in right now? Like,
that's the response of a guy that's happened to many times. One too many times where he's just like, you know,
or
what?
no, that he's probably done it.
Or that.
Like, listen, I know I'm in uncharted waters here, and like, I get it. It's expected. I'm all for the fuck you bullshit talk. Like, throw a hot dog at me with no ketchup or mustard. Okay, I'm okay. But like pizza, ketchup, mustard on the dog, sauerkraut, nah, that shit don't fly. But like, you could talk shit to me. That's great. But dude, I had a water in hand, and he probably didn't know because he's a dumbass Philly fan. It's all good. He's an ass.
Yeah.
So, moral of the story: don't get too fucked up where you're vulnerable, and you're in Philly wearing a Mets jersey. Moral of the story: just make sure you're alive and at least like sober enough to do what you got to do. Dude, I was gone. I was seeing 3 of myself, and I revived myself. I drank a water. I sat in the shade a little bit. I went back down, and it was still beaming hot. It was. You guys see me? I'm burnt. It's hot, but it was a great time. It was a great game. My parlay didn't hit. Bryce Harper, come on, you got to step it up. 7-6, Mets lose, blow it up. Fire everyone. But it was a good weekend, all in all.
Yeah. We don't have to get into what actually happened in that game.
Yeah, but I will say, like, come on, like, dude, you're at a baseball game. Like, what are you proving? What's going on? Technical difficulties,
happening
guys?
here?
Fucking dumbass flood warning.
Really?
Ended the video.
It ended the video?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Oh, wait, no, we have
that
all.
was like
we
10
have all
minutes
of that.
ago.
We have
5
all of
minutes
that.
ago. 5 minutes
Okay,
ago.
We're good.
So we'll just put something else
we-
on the screen
yeah,
for that little
yeah.
section.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. We'll just say
We'll
Philly
put
fans.
We'll put a slideshow of Philly fans just hitting
We'll just
people.
put a national flood warning up on the screen.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. That, honestly, that was going to happen. That was, yeah, now we know. Now we know.
I will say, though, like, if
We told people we were doing this in dangerous territory.
that is true, so now they were aware. Dude, second week in a row now, some BS happens. But we're not going to call it
Welcome
BS
to
yet.
the show.
Exactly. But
It's
if I was at Citi Field and we were playing the Phillies and a Phillies fan was just walking, dude, I'm never gonna just put my shoulder out and freaking nail him. Like, dude, that's just it's literally the weekend. Like,
You don't.
it's a baseball game.
But
like,
you don't know what you would do if you were in New York and you were in that state. Demon time, man.
dude, I know what I would
Demon
do. And
time.
I would just try to get back to my seat because I'm walking like this. That's all I was thinking of. You know what my thought process was?
You seemed
Molly?
like you wanted to fight more
Well,
than
when
he
I
wanted
got
to.
freaking shouldered in the chest, yeah. I was like,
Well, he ran away. He didn't want to fight.
he just kept walking like a little puss he was.
Are we sure that he hit you?
I'm positive. I swear to God. I know.
Your head was down.
Yeah, but my shoulder was still intact here. But I went, whoo, and I felt it. And I'm like, this blah, 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 blah.
He probably saw your golf game.
He probably saw the mustache and thought I was a cop.
Oh,
I had the shades on. I had this going. He's like, this guy's probably going to arrest me or some shit. But I would never do that to someone at a fan. One last story. At the Rangers game in the playoffs, the Rangers played the Lightning. It was a 2-2 series, and we lost in the Garden. This probably is actually on Barstool, by the way. 30 seconds before this happened, so we're walking down the ramp. Some Lightnings fan was just cheering, like you could tell he was having a good time. He was happy, probably talking a little smack. Some dude literally turned around and just snuffed him. Like, snuffed him, laid him out cold, like, done for. Like, bro, like, really, like, you're that sick about you losing. The
Yes.
only time I would really be like that is if the Jets lost the Super Bowl.
that's
and someone was, like, amping me up. But,
Listen, I don't condone the violence part of it, but you can fake a swing, and if they flinch, then you get 2 punches. Like, I condone that, but you can't just the first one turn around and swing.
this man was out
This is
cold,
fandom.
Muller.
Like, just to punch someone, that doesn't make any sense. You got to play by the rules. Like, if I go bang, like, you didn't move, I can't punch you now.
He did get arrested, but
ready, move, ready? See, 2 punches. Now I can punch you as hard as I can.
that
in your
fair.
arm.
Fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
I agree. But when you just randomly snuff
No,
someone,
no, that's
for just,
against the rules.
like, maybe I'm just wrong here. Maybe if some Boston fan was like, "Fuck the Yanks,"
Yeah.
like, Gas, are you swinging up and you hitting him?
Maybe a little body kick. Maybe a roundhouse.
Kicking
Like a
is where the
shoulder?
rules are
Maybe a
different.
shoulder?
A
See,
shoulder strike.
Is that acceptable?
A Conor McGregor shoulder strike
Yeah.
to the jaw? Maybe.
No, see, that's acceptable though. These things you can't use them. See, you didn't move. I can't use them anymore. But kicks at the knees, where like if you're in a big crowd, if you want to kick another team's fan in the knees, go for it. Make sure you kick the opposite side leg and keep walking straight.
Just an
Because
inside calf kick.
then they don't know. Yeah. So you got to be creative about it.
But
But
would
if I
you-
just walk up to you, bang, everyone knows. You know, I know, everyone knows because it was an upper body shot.
Now, would you do that in an enemy? No, I wouldn't say that. Would you do it at an opposing stadium? Say you're at the Link. Would you just shoulder an Eagles fan? Because now
What
you're
quarter-
playing. You're
what
playing.
What quarter is it and how big's the
It's the
person?
fourth quarter, and the
No,
Birds are
no.
losing by
Fourth
2
quarter, no.
touchdowns.
Fourth quarter, no.
So it just depends on the quarter, I guess.
No, first quarter, you can get away with like, oh, you're going up the steps. You could do what I just said. You do a little kick out, keep walking up the steps. You trip them a little bit.
At the
get
Link,
them
you're
off their
doing
game.
that.
Yeah, but
With
like,
angry, drunk Philly
but if
fans.
you're in a big crowd, so imagine you're in a big crowd and we're walking, and I just like accidentally like flare my foot out a little bit.
Who do
but
you
no
think
one
he's
can see
gonna
my
target?
feet. No one can see my feet.
But you
though.
know what they can see? That jersey.
Well, no, I'm wearing all black.
Or you're wearing a Birds jersey.
No.
Never. You're wearing all
No,
black.
but I'm wearing all black because then they don't know what team I'm cheering for. The closest team to black would be the Eagles.
The Raiders?
So now if I trip him, it could be like, oh, I'm sorry. But because they won't come after me without the jersey on. So I trip him. He goes down. Deep down inside, I know I put him off psychologically. So now when he's trying to cheer for the game, in his head the whole first quarter, he's like, damn, I can't believe I tripped up the steps. He's not focused on
because
the game.
he's already
But
drunk, so that's why he thinks it's smart.
Me and Dak, we're on the same wavelength. We're saying, Dak, don't stare down CD the whole game and then pretend like Michael Gallup is good. No. We're swiveling out, scanning the field.
Looking for opportunities?
Yes.
So was this guy in Philly, was that action justifiable?
Yes, because it's below the head. Like if he came up and
just snuffed me?
Snuffed you? No, illegal. No, it's illegal. No, but it's below the head. Like a little shoulder tap, that's a good way to get it started, because now you were off your game.
Oh, I was way off my game.
You got to think about psychologically.
I could not think.
You were thinking about the fight for the rest of the game, and that's why you kept throwing it at the other team's players and walking runs in.
Dude, I really wasn't thinking about the fight, though. I was just thinking about surviving.
See, but that's the thing.
Not even because of that, because I was so hammered, and I was
Your guys were thinking about surviving. They weren't thinking about winning. But the Phillies fans, they were like, yo, we got him on the ropes now. We got him on the ropes. So it
relates to fandom.
Yes. Everything is one big vibe in the stadium. If the vibe is awful, Mets fans had the stadium down pat. But then maybe when you got hit, the little thing in the atmosphere, all of a sudden it was over.
All I got to say is just messed up, man. That's it. Whoever that guy is, screw you, bro.
Fair play.
Screw you. Catch me ringside, bro. That's all I got to say. But it was a fun weekend, and now I know I can't be off my game.
No. You got locked in.
The booze got to me.
It's okay.
The Wabber got to me.
If you're at a bar and this happens, okay, fine.
Different story.
But if you're in the stadium, Seabiscuit.
Uncharted territories.
You got to be ready to go. You never know if your team will run out of players, and you got to get into uniform and be out there for them.
Dude, if Vogelback can get into a uniform, I sure can. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm going to say. Because it's just blow it up, dude.
Absolutely.
They're so bad.
All right, let's get...
They're so bad.
I don't want to go down this rabbit hole.
We're not going to go down the rabbit hole, but all in all, it was a great weekend. That guy kick rocks. Screw the Phillies.
Yeah, every baseball team in New York currently sucks without Aaron Judge. Mets don't have Aaron Judge, they suck. Yankees don't have Aaron Judge, it's painful.
It's bad.
Giancarlo can...
Do you have anything to say about him?
Guys, I'm going to let you talk after I do, but Giancarlo, I want to make a GoFundMe and try and get up to what we would have to pay him for him to just stop playing baseball. And if we can find that number, I think that as a fan base, we could pull it together. I don't know, but we got to get him out of here. Gassy, go ahead.
So Yankees fans have always hated on Stanton for justifiable reasons. Mm-hmm. But I've actually been a Stanton guy because I've had tempered expectations. I knew what to expect from Giancarlo Stanton. I knew this guy was never going to stay on the field. It's just going to be ass ache after ass ache. Mm-hmm. He comes back for 3 weeks, and then he's out for another 3. But when he comes back, he always rakes.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, you know what? The man's never going to play a full season. But he takes a little time off. He comes back. He rakes. He's not the worst player to have. But now... the man's batting, 121?
He is the worst player to have.
He's got to go, man. He's got to go.
Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, he needs to retire.
He doesn't want to play baseball. There's no way. The little injuries that he misses time for, one time he missed almost a month because he got hit in the thigh with a pitch in batting practice.
Worse than Josh Donaldson?
I mean...
yeah. Oh.
No one's that bad.
Let's not get into Josh Donaldson. For the love of God.
I told you the Yankees weren't all that. But I was wrong about the Mets. Yeah, we can move on.
Yeah, we'll move on.
So, yeah, we're in shambles, but it's okay because football's right around the corner. And last time Gassy and I were here, Muller was gone, he had a game. We tried to do this segment. I don't even think we got to record anything. So after my top 10 matchups, we wanted to dive into fantasy a little bit. We're going to focus a lot on fantasy the next couple of weeks because it's right around the corner.
Drafts are coming.
We got ESPN and we got redrafts and we have keeper leagues and we have dynasty. I'm going to focus solely on dynasty and ESPN redraft leagues.
I have a question. Before we get into the players here, because there's a bigger part of this, on draft night for us draftees, what type of spread you looking for when the boys get together for this?
What do you mean?
What type of spread?
What spread?
You looking for dogs, burgers? You ordering out?
We're
Getting
getting
a little
wings,
DiGiorno?
bro. We're getting wings.
Wings?
Wingies.
Yeah, multiple
Absolute
sauces.
wingies.
Now, let me ask you this. Are you getting dry wings with the sauces on the side, or are you going knuckle deep into those?
You're going knuckle deep and extra
right?
blue cheese.
Absolutely.
You're a blue cheese guy?
I mean, sure. Depends on
Or
the
you're
day.
a ranch guy? Oh, it depends on the day. So you
Depends
go
on the day.
either or. So
Yeah,
you're not just
yeah.
one and one. You'll
I-
just do both.
Yeah, I bat both sides there.
So you're a switch hitter. Gas, what are you? You seem like a blue cheese guy.
I'm also a switch hitter.
Yeah.
You're a switch hitter?
It's good to test the waters on the other side sometimes.
So
you know?
I first started out with only ranch. I was only a ranch guy, and then I moved on to blue cheese, and I haven't looked back. But I will try. I could still eat them with ranch. You can consider me a switch hitter, but I like blue cheese a lot more.
Yeah. What type of wing you going for? What's the number one flavor?
Give me like a sweet and saucy, sweet and
right.
sassy. I'm that type of guy.
Yeah. So you're a top pick type of player. All right. Let's get into the players here.
Okay, so the way this segment's going to work, I'm going to name a fantasy player. I'm going to name their rank from last year, and you guys are going to tell me if they're going to have a better year this year or a worse year this year.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to start with the receivers. First up, we got Amon-Ra. He was wide receiver 7 last year in PPR formats.
Yeah.
So I thought about this because this is the only guy that we mentioned last time before we noticed GarageBand sucked. But I actually thought about this a little bit, Gas, and I know last time what I said was he's going to hover around the same. I'm actually going to say maybe a little bit worse when it comes to that. So now I'm thinking around wide receiver 11 to 12. Mm-hmm. The only reason why I said that, it's tough too because it's tough to measure with JMO out. But I think that Gibbs, Laporta, I think Montgomery, they're going to have theirs. So that's why I think his value maybe goes down a little bit, but he's easily still a top 15 receiver. I mean, he's going to put you up numbers. He's going to come in clutch for those games. I mean, in ESPN leagues, you're looking maybe high-end second-round pick, definitely no doubt a third-round pick.
Yeah, I have mine ranked in goated, great, good, pretty good, bad. Those are my tiers. I have him in the good. So I don't see he's not going to go high. I don't think in the drafts. I mean,
he might be like a round 2 guy.
He can fall in round 2.
He can get into there, but I think he's more of a 3. 3 on my
I don't
board.
think you can. I don't think you're wrong with that. I think if you can find him in the third round, that's a winner.
Yeah,
because that's your wide receiver 1.
Mm-hmm.
But now it just depends on the strategy that people take.
Yeah.
Simple.
Okay, next on the list we have T. Higgins. He was wide receiver 18.
Yeah, so this is another one that I have in the good category. My thing with T. Higgins is I like him a lot. He's good for like 3 or 4 huge games a year. But when you got Jamar Chase, like the weapons that they have and the way Joe Burrow swings the ball around with them, like he's going to have games where he's not going to get the ball a lot. Like he's going to have down weeks. That's why he's more of like a second or third wide receiver on the team for me. He's not a top guy in my imagination.
Now, was Jamar Chase hurt last year? He was out for a couple games.
Yeah.
I think T. Higgins' value depends on how Chase,
Mm-hmm.
how long he stays on the field. Because if Chase can stay on the field every day, I think he's going to hover around that same, maybe go up a spot or 2. Right now, I'm actually going to say his value is going to decline. I just feel like based off the injury, I think a lot of people are going to fade him a little bit. I would say you're looking at around, if you can snag him in the 5th round.
I was going to say 4th or 5th.
4th round, you're definitely taking a gamble because there's going to be a lot of other receivers up there. You're looking 5th round. If he's there, you have no choice other than to take him.
And you got to remember, like, when you get past the 3rd round, you kind of start to look at names. Like, you'll have those people that just look at names, and T. Higgins isn't going to jump out at you the way maybe a Jalen Waddle. He might be better than Jalen Waddle, but Jalen Waddle, like, you remember that. So that's just something to think about. Like, I think you can hold off, and then bang, get him late.
Yeah, he's going to fall. I think this year, based off last year, I think he's going to fall a little bit. People aren't going to take him high.
Yeah.
Next, we have Cooper Kupp. He was wide receiver 23 last year.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think he's going to do better. I think he's going to increase. It really just depends on the quarterback play. I mean, we all know that they're a bad team. They can possibly shock us, but he's still he's still Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you take him in someone's going to take him in the second, no doubt. Someone might even take him in the first round. I don't think you take him that high just based off the Rams themselves, but he will not fall past the second round. He's going to go, if you find him in the second, take him. If you find him in the first, you're taking a gamble, but it could pay off.
So I actually have him in the goated category. And I'm going solely off the fact that there's no way the Rams are as bad as they were last year.
Yeah.
And he's coming off a season where he can't really say he did great. There was injuries along the way, coming off a Super Bowl, down year. I think them along with Denver, I think you look at those weapons that they got, you look at the quarterback play, there's no way they're as bad as they were last year, both those teams. So I have him in my goated category.
Okay, next we got DJ Moore. He was wide receiver 24 last year.
Before I answer on that, are we doing running backs too?
Yeah, I'll give you guys a few.
Okay, because I hope there's a running back on that list. But Mo, you can start off with this.
I love this because DJ Moore, I don't think there's a lot of people. Like, the top guys in your leagues will know who DJ Moore is, but for the most part, that bottom half of your league won't know who that is. They won't know. They'll all think he's on Carolina still. And they're going to be like, oh, I'm not going to take him. He's got Justin Fields with him now. And I think that this is a year where the Bears can make a little more noise. They won't be great, but they can make some noise, and he's going to be a huge part of that team. I have him in my good category, but he could upgrade to great depending on the play of Justin Fields.
So you're at goated, great,
good,
pretty good,
bad.
Okay. So, no, his value's way up.
Yeah,
and you take now that's a guy, second rounder. You're taking a gamble on him.
In the third, you're taking him.
In the third, you're taking him.
Second
Absolutely.
and third round, I think you gotta take him depending on who's still left.
I think that's one guy that if there is anybody that someone can take a risk on or take a gamble on, it's DJ Moore, because now obviously he's been with Carolina for so long and he's produced. He's always produced with the revolving quarterbacks.
Yep.
He's this easy wide receiver one there. Claypool apparently is
terrible,
screwing around
everywhere he goes is bad.
Yep. So that's their wide receiver one, and he's damn good. Yeah, his value's way up, 100%.
Okay. Last receiver on the list, we have our friend Deontay Johnson, wide receiver 28 last year.
See, this is one where it's like it's a name. You know what I mean? Like, he will get the ball, but it's not someone that you pick high. He'll still stick around there. Like, someone will take a chance on him, maybe, but I think you can snag him in the third and fourth, maybe fifth.
I'm thinking later, and
Later?
Like a 6th round.
I'm thinking 6, maybe even 7.
It depends on how the draft goes.
The only reason I see him getting chosen like sooner than the 6th round is if you have a Steelers fan, they just Pickens is gone, and then Deontay's
so yeah, that's on me. Hand up. I had the blinders on there. Being in Pennsylvania, you have a lot of Steelers fans, and they're all like Deontay Johnson. So I did have the wherewithal to put him in the pretty good category. So he's not bad, but he's not good, not great, not goated, just pretty good. It's a good pick.
It's a
nothing
good.
to write home about.
I look at him as maybe like a flex / bench player. I just don't. I think you start him every week in your flex until you find someone on the waiver wire that's going crazy and has shown that he's been consistent the first 2 games. I would maybe for you said the ranked 28th receiver.
Yeah.
I'll go a little bit down. I think he's going to be around 32 just because there's a lot more receivers coming around. And Kenny Pickett, we still haven't seen what he can show us yet. I mean, we're still waiting on him a little bit, but I think Pickens is going to do way better than him for sure.
So for me, Deontay is one of my sleepers in fantasy this year.
Okay.
I think he'll be a great value pick where you can get him probably around
for
the
sure.
6th or 7th round, because I like Kenny Pickett. Honestly, I'm a fan of him. He just went through his rookie season. He wasn't bad. If we see a jump in production from Pickett, I think we'll also see that from Deontay Johnson.
This is the one team that's really tough to measure because obviously Kenny Pickett to Najee. I mean, last year he was not a good fantasy running back.
That's the next one name on the list. We're going to running backs, and it's Najee Harris. He was running back 14 last year.
And even still, like, running back 14 isn't a bad rank for how he was used because he was not getting the ball a lot and the line was bad. I think he'll have a better year. I think he'll be around – he can definitely break top 10, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to have to actually give him the ball a lot. Like, his volume's going to have to come up. His carries are going to have to come up. I would put him around 10 to 11. But again, when this resorts to Deontay, like, if you want a value pick, you're not picking him in the 5th round. No way, Jose. He's late. He's like 6, 7, 8. But Najee, there's gonna be players that take him in the 1st round, but I don't think you should do it.
See, but I think you're putting the blinders on like I was. Just being
the Steelers fans will do it.
Steelers
yes.
fans. So I have Najee as a good player. He's not great, not goated. He's good.
But he can move up.
If you're in a Steelers region where you got Steelers fans, beware, they will take him 100%. But if you're down in, Florida and you got your Miami fans in the league, don't be scared to wait till the 7th round, 8th round. He might still be there. Don't be scared. Take a chance. Live a little.
I like it. Could be a good trade candidate too. I mean, if he snaps like this first couple weeks and a guy like Jonathan Taylor or like Dameon Pierce has 2 bad weeks, bro, you're shipping him right off.
Yeah.
That's the time to make trades, by the way, is week 2 after they had 2 good weeks. And you're looking at someone who's got it, but just had a shitty game or whatever. Like, make the trade. Do it. Go on.
All right. Next on the list, Miles Sanders, running back 15.
So, I'll start. I'm sorry, but he talked way too much shit. I'm not an Eagles fan, but he talked way too much shit. He's setting himself up for a terrible season. I have him in the bad category. I'm nervous. Like, this could be a bad take, but I just have seen it so many times where they go away and they're like, oh, I'm so much happier. Like, bro, no, you're not. You just got traded from a Super Bowl contender to Carolina. I'm sorry, you're not happy. You're not happy about that. I don't care how much money they paid. You're not happy that you can't get a ring now. And I could see him not having the year people. So I'm judging on what people expect him to do. I think it's not going to go well.
That's interesting because how Gassy said that Deontay was his value pick, that's kind of Miles Sanders for me, but I just don't think that he's going to be at a spot where you can consider it value.
No.
He's not going to fall past the 3rd round.
There's a lot of good running backs I think you could get ahead of him.
Yeah, me too. I mean, obviously I think he's going to do worse, but he's not going to do bad. I mean, I think he'll get his. It's just Carolina and Chuba Hubbard and Blackshear. I think he's on the Bills now, but
I said it a couple weeks ago, I think, on here. I think that Hubbard and Bryce Young could create a partnership here. They're both young, few years in the league. Maybe this is how Hubbard gets his chance and like actually starts to show what he can do. Having a young quarterback with him where it's more of like a set thing. He's not worried about, who am I going to be getting the ball from this week?
Mm-hmm. The only reason why I still think he's a nice value pick if you can get him in maybe like the 4th or 5th round is because Frank Reich, obviously when he had JT was the first running back overall, I think a couple years ago. And Bryce Young, I mean, you're not just going to have a rookie throwing pass after pass. Like maybe in certain games, but they're going to establish that run as much as possible. And that's where Chuba Hubbard comes into the conversation. So
we're going to know how they're going to play football in that Texans game. Absolutely.
So that first, yeah, exactly. I agree. But you're looking at 4th round, you're taking a gamble. You find him in 5 or 6, you definitely take him. Absolutely. Because he's right now as a starting running back, but he's not going to be consistent. He's going to have his games where he goes off and then has like 3 points.
And we've seen it. I mean, running backs leave, they get that money, and then all of a sudden it's downhill, and that's the reason why I think that position has lost some value.
The running backs are hating that, by the way.
They're hating that.
They've spoken out on it.
Like, I don't like that that's happened, but at the same time, it's just the history of it. I feel like we've had a number of guys get that money, and then it's just decline. And the teams are looking at that like, all right, if that's what's going to happen here, like, why are we wasting it on that? Like, let's give it to our lines. Let's build ourselves up.
Yeah.
You can win with a young running back.
Absolutely. That's where it is. It's a good one.
All right, so next we got DeAndre Swift. He was running back 21 last year.
Down.
And
I like Swift too, bro. And I like Swift, but I mean, They signed Rashad Penny for a reason. They're going to run him, and health. You got to consider health. And they just have so many weapons. You can't forget Jalen Hurts is a running back, too. He's not a running back. He's a quarterback that can run. But I wouldn't expect crazy numbers. What was he? Running back 21? They're going to split the backfield, dude. I mean, it's not just going to be a DeAndre Swift show. Baller, you seem to disagree with me.
I mean, he's back home, Mike.
He is back home.
He's coming in. He's going to be running hard. He's going to have fans in the stands.
He is back home.
I have him in the goated section.
Wow.
And that might be way too high, but I have big expectations for Mr. Swift.
Big expectations.
I think he's going to have a lot of pressure off of him having Jalen Hurts, a running quarterback, playing with him. I think it's going to take a lot off his back. It's going to open up maybe, a couple Saquon-like runs for him.
I see him.
And they can't do the quarterback sneak up the middle. People have to remember that.
Yep. I see him as now I see him as a pass catcher. They're going to use Rashad Penny to just run, but Rashad Penny could get hurt the first week, and then it's all DeAndre Swift. So that's something to monitor for the first couple games, and then from there, that's where you make your picks. He's going to go early, I think. I think he'll go before Rashad Penny just because of that pass catching ability. I think, based on what you're saying, this is actually someone I'm going to avoid in drafts. I've had him. I've had it for 2 years, and I know his potential because he could be damn good. He just worries me a little bit with the injury, and obviously with that line, it's kind of a coin toss. You find him in maybe the third round, you want to take a gamble on him, yeah, but I don't think he falls past because, and if we're not in Philly, if you find him in round 4, you take him.
It's that Philly effect. I mean, people are going to look at that high-powered offense.
That's a good one. That's tough.
Swift will – I feel like people are going to take him. If that's what we're talking about right here, people will take him. And if you want Swift, you're going to have to take him, I think, earlier than you expect.
I just think, like personally, I would take Jahmyr Gibbs over him.
Oh, I agree with you.
I would 100% take – I think there are certain players that are like pass-catching downs and solely for pass catching. He'll get his runs too. But I would like Swift in my opinion, would be like a top 3 guy. I think Jahmyr would be in front of him, and there's probably one more guy I can't think of, but he's got value. I mean, he's just one of those you're either really high on him or you've had him before and you just don't know. So that's a gamble. You find him again. You find him in the 4th round, just sitting there. You just take him.
Yeah.
All right, so last running back on the list, Jonathan Taylor, who was running back 33 last year.
Way up, bro.
Yeah,
way up.
They're going to need to use him a lot.
Way up. He should go no later than the 2nd round. No later than the 2nd round.
No later than the 1st round. I think
depending on what you do with your strategy, if you're a running back first type of guy,
McCaffrey, JT.
Yeah, I mean, if you like him that much, I just think there are a lot of I don't know, dude.
Call me crazy, but I could see a lot of leagues going McCaffrey, JT, Bijan.
I think Bijan is going to be one of those like 1-2.
Yeah.
But like you can't dismiss guys like Derrick Henry, Saquon, Nick Chubb, Brees. I'm high on Brees. Like, I mean,
I have him in the great category.
Good. Great. Actually. But there are a lot of running backs. If there's another guy that I'm high on, I think I've said this, it's Dameon Pierce. I think the way he runs and with the help around him now, he's a value pick because that's a guy that's going to fall 3rd round, 4th round. If he falls in the 4th round, you're no matter who's on the board, you're taking him. Yeah. That's my value pick because I think a lot of people seeing that he's on the Texans who didn't have him last year, they're not that high on him, bro. He's going to be that's one guy I can easily see be a top 15 running back. He can even break the top 10. But JT, I love JT just because he won me my league before. You see, I'm changing up my strategy a little bit. I'm not going to say it, but receivers are definitely, I feel like, the way to go now just because the points that they put up. Obviously, if you have a good running back, like you definitely want to get an elite running back like round 1 or 2. Like there's going to be someone there.
Yeah.
JT could fall just because of his year last year. He can fall. He could possibly fall to round 3, but if again he's there, you have to take it. But I don't see it happening. He goes top 2 rounds.
Yeah. Do we have any more?
We got some quarterbacks we can run through real quick.
So I have one sleeper that I think he might. I don't think he'll go early unless you're a Washington fan. Like, I don't think he's going round 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you could get him at 6, 7, 8.
Jahan Dotson?
No. Brian Robinson Jr. Last year, what he showed me at the end of the season, especially when he came back from being shot in the leg faster than Michael Thomas did from his injury. Yeah, that guy is a problem. He's a problem, and I will be taking him in our draft.
I will avoid those running backs. Probably anybody on that team besides Sam Howell as a backup. Yeah. I'm avoiding everybody. Actually, besides Jahan. Jahan is a value pick for me. You find him like the round 7 to 8, you got to take
I just want you to be wary. I took him last year, and did he go off for like 3 or 4 games? Yes.
Potential.
But I'm hoping I want him to step into a number 1 type role, but he's a great number 2 or 3.
Absolutely. That's your flex player right there.
Don't put all your marbles in on him. The quarterback play is not there.
I
highly overestimated it.
Sam Howell is a very interesting player, and I actually think he could be solid. I think he could be – we got to see this year. I mean, they're going to start him. But the running back situation there is just too much because you still got Gibson. You can't count that guy out. You got Robinson, and the Washington Commanders they're right there. You know, I was high on them last year. Yeah. But it's tough. I don't know. I would avoid at all costs, in my opinion. Besides Jahan and Terry.
Yeah.
Terry's another guy. I don't even know how to value him because he's just been mid, I guess. Like, he had his years before, but he's just been like that mid receiver that, like, one game he'll do good, one game he'll give you 2 points, another game he'll give you 20, and then 10, then 12, and then 4, then 20. Like, that's a tough receiver to kind of monitor too, in my opinion.
No, fair play.
But if you want to touch on the quarterbacks, how many you got?
Yeah. Do we want to do quarterbacks now, and then we'll hit tight ends and stuff next week?
Yeah, we'll just do a couple quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I got Danny Dimes at quarterback 9.
So I'm going off the top of the dome here, but I'm going to put Danny Dimes into my good category with the option to go great. It all depends on if Saquon Barkley is back. If Saquon sits out, that dude's sitting in the good category. They ain't doing anything this year.
By the way he just got paid, he better better be in the top 10.
He got paid like a great quarterback.
He better be in the top 10. I mean, he can run. We can't deny that he can run. He's got Waller now. They got Paris Campbell, who I know people hate. But they're getting weapons for him. They got Saquon, hopefully, if he comes back, because this depends on Saquon. If Saquon doesn't come back, no, he's falling down. If Saquon's back, I think he can go up maybe a spot. So 8 to 9 maybe. That's crazy that we're saying that about Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
That's insane. Fantasy-wise, that's what he was, ranked number 9.
Number 9.
Wow.
Because of the running.
Yeah.
He was running for like 100 yards a game at one point.
Besides Pat Mahomes, like, every other guy, if you could just find a running quarterback, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Lamar, I mean, you know they're going to be high up in the rankings. We're talking strictly fantasy here.
I don't know if we're going to get into Josh Allen, but I do want to just remind everyone that it sounds like he's not going to be running the same. It sounds like he's just going to, get the ball out of his hands and make his wide receivers make the plays. So take that into account when you're thinking of quarterbacks.
I just want to say they're over-under. I looked at it's 10.5. Dude, if something is screaming under wins, that is the bet. I'm 100% throwing money on that. Under 11.5 wins.
With a grain of salt, that's from the Jets.
Under 11.5 wins. Listen, there's still a lot of time. They can make a move for D-Hop or someone else. Under 11.5 wins. Or, I'm sorry, 10.5 wins. They'll win 10 games.
All right, so last one on our list here, we got Justin Herbert. He was quarterback 11 last year.
What does their schedule look like?
He's going up, dude. He's 100% going up. The only reason Mueller won't say it is because now they have Kellen Moore as an OC. He's going to be better. There's no question about it. And that's just biased because Herbie took me home one year and we won the league. But now they got Quentin Johnston. They got Mike Evans. They just have to stay healthy. This is the only thing. They just need to stay healthy. That's the only thing that will hold them back. So
I know that the schedule and wins and losses doesn't always affect fantasy, but they have a decently tough schedule. The Jets are better this year. They got Vegas. Vegas will be better than they were last year. I think they'll be tougher to beat. You got at Minnesota, at Tennessee, 2 tough places.
Those
to
are
play.
winnable games, though. It's not like they're completely out.
They're winnable, but I'm saying those are tough places to play. You got Miami. You got the Bears. Well, that one should be a win because it's at home for LA. But you got the Chiefs, Dallas. You got Baltimore, Green Bay, New England. Denver's going to be better. You got them twice a year. You got Buffalo on here. Kansas City, you're playing twice. It's like that's a tough schedule, and he's proven he can go off in those big games. But it's just I just seeing that schedule makes me like I don't think I would take him.
Why?
I like him a lot.
Why do people hate him? Like, I feel
hate
like there's like a hatred towards Justin Herbert. Like,
do you think it's the hair?
I think it's
In
the
the way he
hair and
doesn't
just
like to
like I
talk
guess
to
his
media?
personality and yeah. But like, dude, watching that Chiefs game last year where he like got cracked in the ribs, people are like, oh my god, he's such a pussy. Good crack. Like, dude's getting like this is the NFL, bro.
he's
Like
getting
he got
annihilated.
cracked in the ribs and he made a wild throw after that.
Yeah.
Dead ass almost won the game. I actually think they were pretty damn close. I mean, if there's one team that actually gives the Chiefs shit and a tough game, it's the
them.
Chargers, bro.
It's them.
Like they've always given them a tough game, and Herbert has beaten him multiple times.
Yeah.
He way up.
Yeah.
Way up. Absolutely, definitely top 10.
I would have him in the great category. To be goated as a quarterback, there's only room for a few.
Yeah, next time, guys, I want to go through the rookies and see if we can
nice.
finagle our way around them, kind of
That'd be good.
put a little ranking on them, see where they're gonna land, some shit like that. I mean, it's tough too because some rookies just don't pan out, some get injured, but we can focus on that. Tight ends next time. We'll do tight ends. We'll do. I mean, if you want to do kickers, we could do kickers.
Oh, we gotta do kickers.
We could do kickers, and I definitely want to do defense. Absolutely.
Defense? Yeah. Is there any? That's all right.
That's all. But
should we do? No, never mind. No, don't worry about it. That was a stupid decision I made to talk right there.
All right. Well, that's all we got. We're probably around 50 minutes or so, but good episode, good stuff. We're gonna keep harping on fantasy here.
Yeah, we got some cool people coming on soon.
Yes, we do. Should we mention it or should we make them wait?
I think we just tickle their pickle a little bit here. Make them wait.
It's gonna be someone that you do not expect.
Get them a little
That's
excited.
for sure. It's gonna be someone you don't expect, and it's gonna be a good one.
We went a little different route here.
I actually want to continue that route too. If we can
Yeah.
find more people like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, good episode, boys. Any other last thoughts?
Brought to you by C4, not an ad. Just a shout
Just
out.
a shout out. Remember,
Strawberry Starburst.
amped up, baby. We done here.